Hi little skeletons, it is Disney Queen Skelly here, and guess who's sick again? Yep, that's right, I am sick. As you can see by the title, we're headed to urgent care today. Normally, I wouldn't go to the doctor unless I absolutely have to. In most cases, when I'm sick, I can usually just pop some Dayquil and be fine. But in this case, I'm not fine. I ended up going, so I'm gonna back up a little bit. So normally when I get sick, I'm sick for maybe a day or two, and I can bounce back pretty easily. I'm good at, bouncing back and not really being sick for more than like a day or two. But in this case, this illness seems to be a little different. And since this illness is a little different, we have to go to the doctor's office. Only because so Luis got sick. I am so bad at segueing into what I want to talk about. Luis was sick a couple weeks ago. I should say last week Luis was sick. And I was taking care of him. I was getting him tea, I was making him food, I was doing his laundry. But of course, because of where he works, and the policies, he couldn't call out to heal himself, so he had to work while he was sick. He got over it. He's not sick anymore, thank goodness. However, after a date night out, I got sick. And after about 3 days, I was feeling on the mends, which is usually par for the course for me. However, the next day, I started my new job. And I wasn't really going to talk about it until about a month or two after I had started, only because I've been having issues holding down jobs, and that's kind of one of the main reasons I'm actually back in therapy right now. But I'm going to bring it up because it ties into the story. So I ended up getting sick, and I went to work because I wasn't super sick. I was just cough here, sniffle there, sore throat, whatever. I can deal with this in a couple days, no problem. So after that next Tuesday, I had to call out because I really wasn't feeling good. I woke up and it felt like a semi-truck had just ran into me. And I was like, all right. And I had told my boss the day previous, I said, hey, I do have a bit of a cold, and I'm sicker longer than I'd like to be, or than I usually am. So I do apologize if I have to call out tomorrow. And he said, don't worry about it, you'll be okay. I'm like, all right. So I texted him, and I left a voicemail too. And once I did that, I got a text from him saying, I hope you feel better, don't worry about it, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, cool, thanks. So that day, I rested up, I took some Advil, and then Luis asked if I wanted to go out on our date night still, because we were supposed to go get sushi, and then go see, oh goodness, what movie was it? One of the recent ones. It wasn't Flash. He saw Flash after we saw our movie. Oh, Transformers. That's what I saw the new Transformers movie. And once we got to the movie, I was feeling even before we got to the movie, I was feeling like crap. After we finished our sushi dinner, I was ready to pass out. I didn't want to go do anything. I just wanted to go home, and I wanted to sleep. But he couldn't get a refund on the ticket, so I still went. And after the movie, we came home. I popped a couple of NyQuil pills. I went to sleep. I had my dad grab some Dayquil medication, so I could at least take that in the morning. So I ended up going to work that next day, which was Wednesday. And mind you, this particular Wednesday, Luis and I were supposed to go to Disney, and I didn't cancel that because I thought I would be okay. So I go to work, and I'm looking like a train hit me, like I look right now. I walk in, and basically one of the girls at the front had me talk to my boss because I didn't look good, I didn't sound good, and my boss told me to go home and to come back Monday when I was feeling better. And I said, well, I want to try for Friday. He said, that's fine, but if you need the weekend, let me know. And I said, okay. So I go home and I get a text later that day, and he said that, you know, he spoke with the HR department and they said that I could start up my training again on Monday, which was great. So I said, okay, I'll take the weekend, I'll see you on Monday. But I still went to Disney because of Disney's new policy about not going on your reservation day, this 3 strikes you're out thing. I had to go. So I ended up going, and I lasted from noon till about 9 p.m. Now, my body started crashing around, I want to say like 6:30. Basically around the time the second parade rolled around, my body started crashing and I felt awful. So I ended up, you know, pushing through another 3 hours. And then after we went on Rise of the Resistance, I told Luis, I said, I have to go home. I can't, you know, be out anymore. My body is like crashing, and I'm the one that has to drive us home. If he had his license and he was driving us home, I'd probably push through a little bit longer. But I told him, no, I can't push anymore. So we came home. He massaged my body because my body was aching so bad. And then I took a COVID test because my boss had asked if I could take a COVID test to make sure I didn't have it. And I don't have it. But because my nose is so stuffed up, it's hard for me to smell things, so I got a little worried. But I stuck my nose inside of one of the candles I have, and it's very potent, and I could smell it perfectly. So thankfully, I don't have COVID. Test came out negative. But I'm still going to go to urgent care because while I can handle having a stuffy nose and a sore throat, my ears are sore. And that, I haven't had an ear infection since I was like a teenager. And it's weird to think that me being 25 years old, I have an ear infection. And Mom was telling me, she goes, oh yeah, I had like 4 ear infections once in 1 year. And I'm like, well, holy fuck. So I'm on my way to urgent care now. I told Harley baby what happened. Hubby knows that I'm going to urgent care. My mom knows I'm going to urgent care. So hopefully things aren't too bad. But I'll come back on here after the appointment to let you guys know what happened. Obviously after I contact my mom, and I contact Harley, and I contact hubby. So once I do all that, I will come back on here and let you guys know what had happened. So I'll see you guys in a second. Almost forgot to update you guys. So I went in, and the first thing they're asking me is, what's wrong? Why am I in? And I told them it was because I felt like this wasn't a normal cold. So I got looked over, up, down, left, right, nose, ears, you name it, it was looked at. And eventually the nurse practitioner came in and told me that my nose, my nasal fluids were draining into my ears. So I have excess fluid in my ears. Unfortunately, my prescription won't be ready till tomorrow, so my dad has to go pick it up, and I can feel the pressure in my ears and it hurts. So it would be a 10-day medication, 2 pills. Yay. At least I finally have something to help me, and hopefully this misery will all be over soon. And this all just came about because of a cold. Luis didn't have this issue. Why me? He gave me the upgraded version. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye, little skeletons. Please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Stay healthy. And I love you guys. Hey, little skeletons. It is the next day. I actually wanted to add some stuff to the end of this video. I did go to Disneyland on Wednesday, thinking that this cold was something minor, so I'm gonna add those photos after this clip. So again, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye, little skeletons. Stay safe. I love you guys.
This is the moment.